Hey guys, Carl Galler with Carl Galler Builds here for another episode of, well, it's not the beach buggy build. It is an unpleasant and an unscheduled plumbing repair that is facing me today. And me, along with my trusty dog Wilson, who is just waiting to be fed, we figured it might be worth putting it on film just to show the steps that are required. So let me show you what we got. So this is a repair that I'm ashamed to say that I made in the past. As you can see, there's a access panel that I cut the first time. Anyway, one of these days I'm going to be doing a new kitchen, because this is a 1962 kitchen that we've kind of revamped a little bit to get us through the next couple of years. But there is a pinhole leak. Well, it's not so much of a pinhole. There's a leak underneath of this. I guess you can see it underneath this pipe, and I actually took my razor blade and made it a little bit longer just to see how compromised that piece of pipe is. You can actually see daylight coming through. So anyway, I'm ashamed to say the first time I took it all apart, I figured out where the leak was. I wrapped it with some Flex Seal tape, which lasted a good couple years, but now it's leaking again, and it's running underneath the sink, and there's probably a bunch of water under here, and it's getting kind of stanky. And we were seeing some fruit flies. So then I was going to try, once again, kind of the Band-Aid approach. I was going to try to sleeve it and run this sleeve all the way in. It's a pretty tight fit. And I kind of ran it with a garden hose, and it's still kind of, enough of it crashed into the elbow. I think the elbow goes this way, and it backed up. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I could put some sort of a gooey sealer to kind of make that a gasket, and it would probably work, but I think it's probably time to do it the right way. And of course, how do you get there? That's a block wall back there. So, it's not feeding time, Wilson. Bad dog. All right, so I use that soap dispenser to line up my pipe, so the pipe comes down here, and I have centered exactly where I measured down from the windowsill down to where the pipe is going to be. The elbow should be, I believe it runs to the left to pick up this stack. I'm sure that stack goes to the roof. And gave myself a 6-inch perimeter all the way around. Next step is to cut this out. So with that, wish me luck. So we got a crack right through the middle of it. Water pipes back there. Hopefully I did not impinge on them. I don't think I did. Alrighty. Got eyes on what we need to have eyes on. Gotta love Florida construction. Alright. So this is where it goes in underneath my sink. Now I believe that this line is defunct. And I believe that this line is defunct. We have two new lines that go in over here. These lines they go into valves on the underneath the cabinet that are not used. So I'm going to carefully chip away this. I'm going to probably cut us, or I can work on it right here. And I will most likely go with plastic there. Stay tuned. Nice. Got my Makita Georgia hammer drill set up like a jackhammer. All right. We have a complete margin all the way around, so it doesn't impinge on the pipe at all. I could try to unsweat this and re-sweat another piece of copper in there, but why mess around with that old technology? I'm going to cut it just below. I mean, I want to cut it here. I like to preserve as much as possible. Then it's kind of a pain to get off all this solder. Man, it is nice to have the right tools, I'll tell you that. Get anything. Burr on the bottom. All right, now for a trip to my favorite store. See if I get a fitting here, either a threaded fitting, some sort of transition. I mean, even a Fernco would work. I'm not a big fan of them behind walls either, but I have to work with what I got to work with. Alrighty, wish me luck. I decided to go with a Fernco style coupling. Nice thick rubber. 1.5 inch by 1.25 inch reducer. And cleaned up the pipe. I had to cut it back another 2 inches to accommodate. I was hoping that my stub, that this pipe would actually go inside of the copper, would go inside, but it's just shy enough where it doesn't, so it has to butt up, which is okay. I mean, that's how these things are designed, but I always kind of try to over-engineer it a little bit. So we'll get this guy in. Get this guy lined up with the hoe. I'll be able to adjust the angle on this a little bit, but since I have to glue up that stub on that elbow, and I can't glue it up before I put it together. They put a shielded version of these things underground, buried underground, so I think it'll hold up well enough for what we're doing here. Alright, now we will go inside and put that stuff together. I ended up doing the whole assembly because it actually makes it easier. This would have been a nightmare to try to fit up while it was flopping around on the wall. So this all fits through the hole in the wall. So now I'm able to easily put everything together, allegedly. There we go. Come on, boy. Yeah, that's it. Loosen that one up. So this one, I want to make sure I got a little slope. Height. That's cool. Goes through. These guys are dead. I'm still just gonna leave them there. I'm not sure if you can see the stack from here or not. So we're coming along. Okay guys, here's where we are. We got running water now. Pressure fluctuates in this neighborhood off and on. And we've got everything hooked up. Not the prettiest under sink. Overspray from spray painting the cabinets, but it is all sealed up. There's no leaks coming from anywhere. So now I can start putting stuff back together again. Bug proof and weatherproof this patch here, and also do the cement patch from the back. So that's it, another episode of Carl Galler Builds. I'm Carl Galler. Hope you picked up a tip or two. By the way, that the saw blade was a cheap $16 saw blade from Lowe's. You don't have to go with a $30 or $40 masonry saw blade, and it cut through like butter, as you saw. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching to the end, and if you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe, and please comment. Hope to see you soon on a more fun project. Until then, I'm Carl Galler, and I am out.